Okay, we're talking boxing. Spencer, myself, Simon and Ben. Dereck Chisora, meantime, and Kubrat Pulev will do battle again this weekend as Del Boy seeks revenge over the Bulgarian. We're going to look ahead to this one in partnership with William Hill, and we're going to do so along with this fella known to all of us. David Haye joins us live this lunchtime. David, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Hope you're well.
We're all good, thank you so much. You know the guys here in studio. Sorry about the brief delay in coming to you, David. Boris Johnson wanted to say his bit, and now he has gone. You're with us. Will Chisora get revenge over Pulev, do you think? How do you see it?
I believe he will. I believe he's got some momentum. Although he has actually lost his last 3 fights, if you look at the performances, you know, a very close disputed decision against Alexander Usyk, who's currently the unified champion, just beating Anthony Joshua, and 2 losses against Joseph Parker. The first one was pretty tight. Second one, I thought Parker won a little more convincingly. But Pulev hasn't got that depth of quality of opponent. He's got the only 2 losses he has is against Klitschko and Anthony Joshua. So his resume looks a lot more impressive. But I just got a feeling Chisora is just going to grind him down. He's going to take him to that deep water and drown him.
David, do you think that Kubrat Pulev's style may be a problem, though, for someone like Dereck, who likes people to stand their ground and have that war with him? But Pulev has got that European style where he keeps things long and he can hit, and he showed that he's still got that resilience against, like AJ last time that he boxed. He took some heavy shots, he hung in there, he showed that he's still got a little bit to offer. Do you think that Pulev could outfox him? Because that's a possibility in this one, isn't it?
Yeah, he outfoxed him in Bulgaria when they fought the first time round, and Dereck Chisora knows that. But I think the Dereck Chisora of 2022 now is significantly improved. I believe that if he allows Pulev to keep him at bay with that, as you said, that tall Eastern European long jab, he likes a breather. He doesn't like to fight at a high tempo and a high pace. If Dereck Chisora can close the range and get inside him and really put the pressure on, I think it will be, first off, a very entertaining and exciting fight. But I think he could stop him late. Well, I've seen and felt Dereck Chisora in person.
That's the $1 million question, isn't it? If Dereck can drag him into the trenches, then he's got a chance. But if Pulev gets into any sort of rhythm, it's going to be a tough night for Dereck.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, Dereck has shown time and time again that he's got the balls, he's got the heart, and once that bell rings, he's leaving it all in the ring. But you do need strategy, you do need head movement, you do need to think about what's coming at you. I just believe Pulev's style, who relies on taking nice rests between combinations, he likes to hold people, tie him up inside. It's hard to tie Dereck up. He trains with people who teach him how to work inside and to really make his opponents fight for every second of every round.
Simon Jordan's with me here in studio. Of course he is. David, you've got a kind of love-hate relationship with Big Chisora, haven't you? You actually get on pretty well nowadays.
I like him. The only thing I did, David, was suggest him that he wasn't at world level and that I wasn't interested in seeing him fight Dillian Whyte for the 3rd occasion. Going into this fight, he's on the back of 3 losses.
What would you consider world class?
Well, once upon a time, you.
World champion and world class. He's fought.
No, I didn't say world champion. I said world level, and I didn't think that. I said, he asked me a question. What's world level? I said the level that beats you every time you step up to it, which is true. You beat him. Klitschko beat him. Whoever else has beaten him that has been a world title holder has beaten him, and so the question was steeped in what's world level, and I gave him the examples of it. Now that wasn't based upon the fact that I don't have the right to say it to him because I've never laced the glove. It was based upon an opinion. But I was about to go to you and say he's lost his last 3 fights. They've all been against relatively reputable fighters. Obviously Alexander Usyk is beyond reputable. He is the elite heavyweight right now.
Yeah.
Say again.
Yeah, Usyk he has the most heavyweight title belts.
That's right. So what I'm saying, he's beyond reputable. He is ultimate. But now Dereck's going into a fight where he hasn't won his last 3 fights. So is that not going to weigh on him psychologically? I know he's unique and he's one of these indomitable characters, but he's going into a fight where he's forgotten what it's like to win.
He fights one way, and that's come forward, and that's just throw the kitchen sink. You know, he doesn't, whether he's won his last 3 fights or lost his last 3 fights, it won't change him. He's built how he's built, and he just wants to go to war. And it's very rare to have a fighter who has that mindset. Normally, fighters are trying to pick easier fights to work their way up the rankings. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about world titles. All he wants to do is get in there and entertain the fans. And that's why he's got a massive fan base. That's why, for someone who's lost his last 3 fights, people are buying tickets. People are excited to see him fight.
David,
and, I think it's quite rare. I think it's quite rare to have a personality like his that the British fans have really got behind. And you see him go down the street, people are cheering him, Del Boy, War Chisora, you see people wearing his merchandise.
If you're such a fanboy for him, why aren't you still managing him?
no, but
Because he can do it. He can do it all himself now. I was there to assist him in getting into a physical condition to make the big fights. He understands how to build a team around him to give him the best chance in a fight. And, he can do it himself now.
David, you know him better than most people, Dereck Chisora. And what is it when he gets into these big fights and he pushes all these fighters, all these top-class world fighters, right to the wire? He pushes them all the way. Why is it that he can't get it over the line, though? Why he just falls short all the time? What is that? Is it a mental block?
It's because he's fighting people who are the undisputed cruiserweight champions. He's fighting world-level opposition. He's fighting guys in their prime. He's taking fights on. It's because of the level of opposition he's getting. If you put him in there against someone who's European level, he'll win those fights easy. But he doesn't want that. He wants the big tests. And maybe it's a technical thing, but he always pushes everybody. I thought he beat Usyk, who's the number one in many people's eyes in the world, maybe or just behind Fury.
Yeah,
but he's in a position now where people understand he may not win a world title. They get that, but what they're going to get is value for money when he turns up.
Well, he's going to turn up on Saturday night, David. Chisora against Pulev. David, you're part of the DAZN commentary team. A final one from Ben. Ben Shalom is with us here in studio this lunchtime. He's going to throw one at you, and that'll be us. Ben.
Hi, David. I thought you were a Sky man.
What was that? I'm an independent man.
Good to speak to you. I mean, Dereck Chisora, I think he's fantastic entertainment, fantastic value. Pulev's obviously coming towards the end of his career as well. I think it is a 50-50 fight. I think is this the last fight of both of their careers? Probably. I don't know.
I think Dereck Chisora, win or lose, will continue.
What do you think, David? What do you think, David?
If he loses on a split decision, I believe he'll carry on. If he gets stopped, maybe it'll be his last fight. But he's Dereck. No one can tell Dereck what to do. Only he will be the one to finally pull the curtain on his career. Only he can do it.
And David, before you go, next month, AJ Usyk, what's your honest take on that? What do you think? Can Joshua do it this time?
I believe he can. I believe if he takes it, if he uses his physicality, he's significantly physically stronger, he's more powerful, he has a harder punch, and he's just naturally heavier. If he uses that, if he uses his size effectively, a way that Lennox Lewis used to use his size against smaller guys like David Tua or Mike Tyson, he can win this fight. If he tries to have a boxing match against a superior long-range technical boxer, the same thing will happen again, or maybe worse. So he has to take the bull by the horns and literally jump all over him, push it to the point where the referee might be taking points because he's getting that physical. But you got to do what you got to do. As long as his hand's raised at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many fouls he does. Just win this fight and just get that undisputed fight with Tyson Fury. And then once and for all, there's one heavyweight champion with all of the belts. And there's no dispute that there is the undisputed number one. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, I think we'd all agree with that. David Haye, always good to speak to you. That was us looking ahead to Chisora Pulev.